I came home from a business trip to find a sold sign on my family's land. A woman I'd never met was waiting with the keys. I'd been overseas for a month closing the biggest deal of my career. The whole flight, I dreamed of the quiet of Stone Creek Ranch, the land my great-grandfather homesteaded. So when I turned down the dirt road and saw a bright red auction notice nailed to my gate, my world stopped. A moving van was in my driveway. A stranger walked over, holding a file folder. "You must be the former owner," she said, too cheerfully. "We finalized the purchase yesterday. The HOA auction was quite a bargain at $25,000. My stomach dropped. What HOA? Our 80 acres had been in the family for a century. The woman's smile vanished. The Ridgeview Association said this property was severely delinquent. In that moment, I knew. Patricia Vale, the so-called monarch of Ridgeview Estates, had made her move. Our ranch wasn't just outside her subdivision. It was separated by a county road and zoned exclusively for agriculture. My grandfather's will specifically forbade entangling the property with any association. I'd dismissed the first letter 6 months prior, demanding $4,000 in retroactive fees based on a fictional annexation. I'd ignored the citations for unsightly tractor storage and audible wildlife. My fatal error was not taking Patricia seriously. While I was abroad, she was constructing an elaborate castle of lies. She built a fake paper trail to simulate proper notifications, even forging my signature on postal receipts. The quiet auction happened while I was in Frankfurt. No public announcement, just Patricia, her compliant board, and coincidentally her nephew who owned a property investment firm called Harvest Equity, LLC. They'd sold my heritage, my home, for less than the price of a luxury car. I called my lawyer, Marcus Reed, within minutes. We spent that entire night dissecting the scheme. The fraudulent documents were brazen, yet meticulous. Fabricated meeting minutes, counterfeit notary stamps from a deceased official. The smoking gun, Harvest Equity LLC, was registered to Patricia's nephew, with Patricia herself as a silent partner. The sheriff launched a criminal investigation that same day. We obtained an emergency injunction by midnight to freeze the transfer. The following weeks were a legal whirlwind. We discovered my ranch wasn't her first attempt, but her most brazen. We also found she'd been siphoning funds from the HOA's own coffers, using resident dues to bankroll her land-grabbing operation. She believed more property meant more power and more money to control. The probe revealed doctored emails, altered county maps, and digitally fabricated violation notices posted on my fence. The case exploded when the FBI's Financial Crimes Unit took interest. Because Patricia had transferred the illicit funds electronically across state lines, it became a federal matter of wire fraud. 4 months after I saw that sign, we faced her in court. The room was full of reporters and stunned neighbors. Patricia sat, diminished, her fabricated empire crumbling. The charges were read, 41 counts, including forgery, fraud, conspiracy to commit grand larceny, and embezzlement. My testimony was simple. I never consented to join. I never received legal notice. The sale was theft, disguised as bureaucracy. Her lawyer argued she believed she was acting within her purview. That defense incinerated when the prosecutor presented emails between Patricia and her nephew, joking about flipping the cowboy's land for a massive profit. One read, "He'll be on a plane while we sign with papers." The judge's verdict was swift, guilty on all counts. The civil ruling, the sale was nullified. Patricia was ordered to pay $300,000 in restitution for legal costs and damages. The criminal sentencing was where Patricia finally shattered. 9 years in federal prison for wire fraud and conspiracy, plus a concurrent term for embezzlement and a permanent ban from any position of financial trust. As the sentence was read, she gripped the table. "Your Honor," she whispered, "I was only trying to enhance community standards. Prison is excessive." The judge's reply was glacial. "Ms. Vale, you weaponized paperwork to steal a man's legacy. You betrayed a basic covenant of ownership. 9 years is a mercy." The gavel fell. As federal marshals led her away, she twisted towards me, her face a mask of venom. "This is on you. If you just complied, you'd still have your home." The queen of her tiny domain finally learned that federal law trumps HOA bylaws. If you appreciate a story where white-collar crime meets a wall of justice, show your support. Give this video a like, and for more narratives of stunning downfall, subscribe to Trending Tales Pulse. She tried to steal a legacy. She earned a prison number instead.